All right, week 2 NFL picks. A little bit different camera angle, a little closer. I am the uneducated sports fan. Want to give some background around my name. Um, I'm a football fan. Obviously, I'm a Ravens fan. Can't see the poster clearly. Um, but yeah, man, I'm here to just give hot, uneducated sports takes. Obviously, I watch football, but I'm not going to sit here and break down coverages for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and um, pretend like I'm a NFL savant. I'm just here to make hot takes and give you guys my week to week predictions. Soon I'll start doing previews as well. Thursday night football tonight, Amazon Prime. This game is already better than every single other Thursday night game we had on last year. There might have been one Thursday night game last year that I enjoyed watching and look forward to watching. Um, but tonight, 0-1 Vikings, 1-0 Eagles. Eagles last week, squeaker over the Patriots. Uh, Patriots played tough. They played hard. The Vikings, I was wrong about that one. I thought they were going to steamroll Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, but I'm taking week 1 with a grain of salt. Good teams didn't look great. Bad teams looked better than I believed, and yeah, every other team looked like every other team. But this week I got the Eagles. Eagles are going to bounce 2-0. They're going to go to 2-0. Vikings 0-2. Rough. They're going to be 0-2. I just like the Eagles defense. I think I said this last week. I like their pieces. I like the young guys. I like the secondary. You give me Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, 8 days out of the 7 weeks. 8 days out of the 7 weeks. Wow. 8 days out of a 7-day week, I'm taking Jalen Hurts all day, every day. I like the Eagles receiving group. I think the Eagles. I think the Patriots are a little bit better than the Vikings after what we saw last week. But there was definitely some rust. Every team had some roughs. I think the Eagles definitely get it going this week. Um, so yeah, I got the Eagles 30-21. I think the Eagles will put up 30. I think the Vikings might make it a decent game in the first half. But I think in the second half, just like last week, Justin Jefferson's definitely not going to have 12 yards in the second half. But I think the Eagles are definitely going to hit the gas in the second half and win this game 30-21. All right, Packers Falcons. I said this last week, and if I didn't, I should have. Packers a lot better than people think. Now, I said that game was going to be a lot better than people think because I believed in the Bears and I like their offseason moves. But the Packers steamrolled them. And I really think we're seeing now Jordan Love sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for those 3 years. I said he's bound to have learned something, right? And he looked poised last week. He didn't make a lot of crucial mistakes. And their offense just seemed so fluid. It was like almost as if they've been playing together for years. Packers Falcons though. I'm gonna lean Packers. And it's just gonna be another quarterback thing for me. I like Love over Ritter. Ritter wasn't extremely impressive last week. The Falcons definitely though. Bijan Robinson. That guy might be that guy. But I like the Packers in this game. I got the Packers winning a little, kind of easily actually. I've got the Packers 28-14 over the Falcons. I just think the Falcons, I wasn't too impressed with the Falcons last week, unlike the Packers, because I thought that was going to be a close game. I thought Chicago was going to be better than they were, but the Packers put a beating on them. So I'm going to take the Packers 28-14 over the Falcons. Colts Texans. Rookie quarterback versus rookie quarterback. The Texans last week against my Ravens, they played pretty good defense. They got good pressure against the mobile quarterback like Lamar. AR, pretty mobile as well. I'm going to take the Texans here. I like what I saw from Stroud and AR last week, but I think I like the Texans defense here. I like that pass rush, that secondary. It's not the best, but they definitely have potential. Those guys with that pressure, with Grenard, I think is his name, Will Anderson, those guys, they'll get after you. They're going to come at you quick. And I think if they're able to have that same kind of pass rush that they had against Baltimore, they could kind of in terms spook Anthony Richardson and get those force those turnovers, get themselves in good field position. Stroud made some great throws last week. There was this one play. I suggest you guys go back and watch it. He threw a dart to Robert Woods. It was almost picked off by Brandon Stevens. But throws like that, I think Stroud is, by week 4, week 5, I think we're really going to see CJ Stroud limit the turnovers and take real command of the offense. So I've got the Texans in a low-scoring game. I've got 14-10 Houston. Lions and Seahawks. The Lions coming off of a win over the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. Lions did what I said I thought they were going to do and what they needed to do. Ran the ball because no Chris Jones. I think they stick to that same formula. I think Jahmyr Gibbs, I was definitely more impressed than Montgomery. He has that breakaway speed and he's so elusive, man. Goff played a decent game, but that defense really, that pick 6 by Brian Branch really just turned the game and that momentum. Seahawks coming off a pretty bad loss against the Rams. Pretty bad loss. One of those week 1 losses that I didn't expect. But I think they'll bounce back. I like that receiving core. Their receiving core is a lot better than Kansas City's. Those 3 receivers, Metcalf, Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I think the Seahawks bounce back against the Lions. I think Geno has a better game. I think the defense plays a lot better. I don't think they're going to get ran over like that. So I just think the Seahawks get that offense going, pass the ball, use those receivers, use Will Dissly, use Noah Fant. So I think the Seahawks win this game. I've got 24-14. Seattle. Chargers, Titans. Both teams, I believe, lost by 1 point last week. Chargers looked good. I mean, although they lost to Miami, the Chargers looked all right offensively. I do know Mike Williams got hurt. I'm not sure if Mike Williams is going to play, and I probably should have looked that up before I picked this game. But if he's out, I'm going to take Tennessee. Let's see, any updated Mike Williams news? I'll put it like this. If Mike Williams plays, I'm going to take the Chargers. Just because Tennessee, I mean, they didn't look too impressive to me. Definitely Derrick Henry season, though. Them boys are going to run that rock. Sign D-Hop, still have Traylon Burks. They're still going to run that rock. That offense is still Derrick Henry's. Mike Williams plays, I'm going to take the Chargers. If Mike Williams doesn't play, I'm going to take the Titans in an upset. Yes, it's an upset because I think the Chargers are better than the Titans. But if the Titans can run the ball, which the Dolphins really didn't do much of, it was like a crazy air attack that they had. Titans don't really have that kind of speed, that kind of passing game that the Dolphins have. But I think that clock management, I think Derrick Henry, I could see him going over 100 yards. Like I said, this is a hot take. I might be completely false and look like an idiot when I come on here next Thursday. But I think the Titans squeak this one out. I could see this being a field goal game, one of those 21-17 Titan wins. I could see it. But if Mike Williams plays, I could also see the Chargers winning. The Chargers seem to, Mike Williams, I mean, when he's out there, they just look different. Him and Keenan Allen kind of take a lot of pressure off of each other. Quentin Johnson, I'm excited to see more from him. But I think this all depends on Mike Williams. I really, truly think he's that important to the offense. But I'm going to go Titans. I just got a gut feeling, man. All right, Raiders, Bills. Raiders coming off a 1 point win. Their offense didn't look good at all. I didn't really watch that game at all. I just kind of saw highlights, and they didn't look good at all. Bills, Jets. needed the Bills to win because I didn't believe in the Jets' hype. But I'm sad to see Rodgers go down. I don't feel like beating the Jets is the same without Rodgers, but I'll talk about that more when we get to the Jets game. Raiders Bills. Josh Allen, what the hell is he doing? Those turnovers are going to cost the Bills so many games. But I think if there's a team that they can bounce back against, it's the Raiders. Nothing against the Raiders. I really do think the Raiders can compete with teams within their division and even some other AFC teams if they get Josh Jacobs going, if they give Devontae Adams the ball, bro. Give that man the rock. But I think the Bills bounce back. I don't think that this is going to be a game where Josh Allen has 3 interceptions. I think the Bills are angry. They shouldn't have lost that game. They had no reason to lose that game. Josh Allen gave that game away. I can see him being motivated, a little pissed off. I can see the Bills coming out here, and I've got the Bills 35-17 over the Raiders. Chiefs Jaguars. Chiefs get Chris Jones back. I think Travis Kelce's going to play. I didn't like what I saw from the wide receivers. Outside of Watson, number 84, I really didn't like what I saw from the receivers. Kadarius Toney, crucial drops. I'm hoping he'll bounce back. I like Kadarius Toney. I like MVS. The Jags last week, though, they looked pretty good. Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. I told you guys about Calvin Ridley, man. I told you. He is wide receiver 1, which makes Christian Kirk wide receiver 2, which makes Zay Jones wide receiver 3. With Evan Ingram, with Travis Etienne, that offense is awesome. I have the Chiefs losing back-to-back weeks to the Jaguars. The Chiefs' defense looked good. I like that secondary, but I'm going off what I saw. Although I think Kadarius Toney will bounce back. Are the Jags better than the Lions? Yes. But I just think the Jaguars offensively will probably be able to do. I think they could win a shootout with Kansas City. This is not the Kansas City of old where they had Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, you had Mecole Hardman, you had the Dolphins offense where dudes are just flying down the field, beating guys over the top. They don't really have that anymore. Outside of Kelsey, who do they really have? You know what I mean? So I just think the Jags have more weapons. I think Trevor Lawrence is this might be his year. He might be an MVP candidate when we're coming around halfway point in week 8. So I think the Jags win this. It's not going to be a blowout. I don't think the Chiefs are ever going to get blown out. But I do have the Chiefs losing 24-28 to Jacksonville. Ravens Bengals. Ravens last week, the offense looked a little sloppy. Definitely rusty for sure. But in the upcoming, in the beginning of the year, I really think most defenses are usually ahead of the offense. The offense takes a minute, especially when you've got a new offense like Baltimore has. The Bengals, rain game, the Browns. I didn't think the Browns defense was like that. I'm sorry, Browns fans, albeit a division rival. The defense, not the offense, the defense. Hats to you, man. Props. Give the Browns defense props. The non-biased take in me wants to pick the Bengals because I don't think Burrow's going to have another game like that. And with the injuries that the Ravens have in the secondary, again, I could see the Bengals having a really big bounce back game. But I still think the Ravens win. And I don't think it's because the offense is going to be super crazy. I still think around week 4 is when the Ravens will probably hit their peak in terms of offense. This is Andrew's first game back. He'll probably be rusty. He probably won't look the best. I definitely think Odell will get the ball more. Lamar just has to, first of all, stop fumbling. And those throws have to be more timely. Those throws got to get out faster. Um, you know, under pressure, he looked shaky. With a clean pocket, he was delivering throws. But I think the Ravens' defense, I think our defense would be able to beat the Bengals. And the reason being is because with PQ and Roquan Smith, who I personally think, I mean, even if you're not a Ravens fan, I think that's the best linebacker duo in the league. That allows the Ravens to do so many buff blitzes. Like Roquan could be at the line of scrimmage one moment, and then 2 seconds later he could be guarding Irv Smith. He could be, guarding the running back. Same goes with PQ. The pass rush looked decent. I think if we can get home, if we keep pressure on the Bengals, do I think the secondary can hold up? Yes, I do. This is going to be a field goal game, though. This is going to be one of them 27-24 field goal games where last year it was 19-7 when Lamar was healthy and we played him. It's going to be that type of game. If you're looking for like an air raid, I don't think this is what that is. So 27-24 Baltimore. Taking that with a grain of salt. Bears Buccaneers. Do I believe in the Bucs? No. Did the Bears look horrid last week? Yeah. Oh, I really just want to rule this a no contest. But I'm going to take the Bears again. And I promise you, if the Bears lose this game against Tampa Bay, I'm not taking the Bears for the rest of the year. I will pick you against every single team. The Bears are too good. Justin Fields is too talented. DJ Moore is too talented. Darnell Mooney is too talented. Cole Kmet is too good for that offense to have only put up 14 points on a Green Bay team that everybody wrote off because Rodgers left. If the Bears would have lost that game 31-38, I would have felt good about the Bears. But they lost like 38-14. What was the exact score? I think it was like 38-14. But I'm going to pick them to win. I think the Bucs are going to come back down, right? Vikings were a good test. But I think the Bucs will come back down to earth. It'll be a pretty boring game. This will probably be the same score as the Vikings game, 20-17. And the reason why I think it's going to be low scoring is because, Bears got to show me they can put up points before I'm going to have them, getting in those big shootouts. So I got the Bears 2017. 49ers, Rams, both of those teams put a beating on their opponents. A beating. But this one was kind of easy for me. No disrespect. I got the Niners beating the Rams. The Niners looked flawless last week. Brandon Ayuk is him. The one that they talk about, the guy that's always in conversation, the guy that they always talk about. Yeah, Brandon, he's him. Ayuk's the guy. He's him. McCaffrey looked great. Purdy looked pretty good. I like what I saw from the Rams in terms of the run game. I just think not having Cooper Kupp, and I don't think he's going to be back this week. I think the Niners, I could see this thing getting ugly. I have the Niners 35-21 over the Rams. Giants, Cardinals. Giants, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? 40-0. Cardinals put up a fight against the Commanders, which says more about the Commanders than the Cardinals. Giants have to win this game. You have to win this game. You cannot not win this game. This has to be about you. This should be a statement game. You should come out here and put up points against the Cardinals like I have you doing 28-10 against the Cardinals. You should come out here and put up points. Show us that you're not 40. They beat you 40-0. You've got to make some sort of statement. I don't care if it's the Cardinals. It's not a good football team. You're supposed to beat them handedly. I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I have you winning. Last week was embarrassing. The Giants, good God. But I do have them winning. I have them winning 28-10. Cardinals, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Jets, Cowboys. This could be good. I'm going to go Dallas, though. That defense is, yeah. Them and the Niners have the best defense in the league. It's not up for debate. I'm not hearing any takes about how they're not the top two defense. The Cowboys, Micah Parsons, dear Lord. That secondary now, Stephon Gilmore, not what he once was, but you have to respect him. You got to respect his presence. He had a big pick, got Trayvon Diggs on the other side. The Cowboys should win this game. The Jets, they're coming off that high, but now we're going to see, okay, can Zach Wilson manage the offense against the best defense in the league? I don't think he can. I think if Rodgers is quarterback, this is a different game. Maybe I take the Jets. The Cowboys, they didn't look great offensively, but with that defense, they don't have to look great. Dak Prescott doesn't have to throw for 300-400 yards like Tua Tagovailoa. The Cowboys just have to put up enough points. Also, and this should literally be the Cowboys' MO. Don't try to be the best offense like you have been the past couple of years. Put up points. If you're able to put up points and not turn the ball over, that defense can pitch shutouts. They can keep teams to under 14 points, and all the Cowboys have to do is not turn the ball over and put up at least 21. But the Cowboys get to 21 points. That defense, I don't see them anytime soon letting a team put up 21 points on them. Cowboys get 21 points, score 3 touchdowns. That's it. So I've got the Cowboys winning this game 28-20 over the Jets. Commanders, Broncos. Be lying if I told you I cared about this game. Right? Yes? Yeah. Commanders almost lost to the Cardinals. Like I said, it says more about the Commanders than the Cardinals. Commanders have a long way to go. Russ didn't really watch that Raiders game, watched some highlights. I'm going to take the Commanders. Gut feeling, I want to believe in Russ. I want to believe in Sean Payton. I really, really do. But I think that Commanders D-line is really going to get after Russ, make him uncomfortable all game. That's how they got to win this game. Those 4 guys, Chase, Allen, Payne, Sweat, they got to get after the quarterback. Commanders offense looked okay. I'm hoping this is that big Terry McLaurin game. He usually has a couple a year. But I think the Commanders win this one 2017, maybe even like 23-20. It'll be a field goal game. Because the Broncos are better than the Cardinals, and the Commanders only beat the Cardinals by 4 points. So I could see the Commanders winning this by a field goal. So that's why I have it. Let me change that. Let's go 23-20 Commanders. Dolphins, Patriots. Okay. I kind of want to take the Patriots. I like what I saw from the Patriots, albeit a loss over the Eagles, because you can't tell me that Miami is better than Philly, and I like the way the Patriots played the Dolphins. And the Patriots, I like their defense more than I like the Chargers' defense. I don't think the Patriots are going to allow Tyreek Hill and Waddle to just run roughshod past everyone. I mean, if there's one team that I think defensively could at least scheme up, now you have to execute, but scheme up the Dolphins, it's Belichick. And I think the Patriots could pull off an upset on Sunday Night Football. I could see it happening. Now, I love Tyreek Hill and Tua. That might be, at the end of the year, the best quarterback wide receiver duo there is. But my gut feeling tells me to pick the Patriots, and that's what I did. And I picked the Patriots to win 24-21. A lot of field goal games. But I just think that the second week of the year, season, the Patriots, they have a semi-conservative style of offense. Ramondre Stevenson definitely going to get his touches. But I think if they're able to keep the Dolphins off the field, control that clock, and they have to get turnovers. You've got to get a turnover, whether, the defense, it doesn't necessarily have to be a defensive score, but you got to get up on them early. You got to get up on them early. You got to keep Tua and Tyreek. You got to keep them on the bench. So that I've got the Patriots 24-21. Saints, Panthers. I didn't really care for this one, but I feel like you have to take the Saints just in terms of talent. In terms of talent, I feel like I have to take the Saints. I feel like I'd be disrespecting the Saints not to take them. I hope Carr looks a little bit better. I hope the Saints are able to beat the Panthers. They should be able to beat the Panthers. It's a division game. And they can't afford losses like this. I mean, a loss like this against the Panthers, this is the type of stuff it's the difference between winning the division and losing the division to Atlanta. So I'm going to take the Saints. I think they win a little big here. I think the Saints kind of have a little breakout. I've got the Saints 27-14 over the Panthers. I like Bryce Young. He definitely... Hot take. I think he didn't look. I think out of the three quarterbacks, AR, Stroud, and Young, I think AR and Stroud looked a little bit better than Young. That's probably just because, they've got better weapons than Bryce Young, and they don't have great weapons. But Bryce Young he's working with Miles Sanders and Hayden Hurst. How could I forget? But that's really all he's got. I think they're not going to do much this year, but Bryce, hopefully he gets better just from learning. But I got the Saints 27-14. Browns, Steelers. Oh man. I'm going to take the Browns. Pittsburgh, what the hell was that? What they ran, and I didn't believe it when Dan Orlovsky said it on ESPN. The Steelers literally ran the same play numerous times. So if you want to win this game, don't have Matt Canada call plays. The Steelers, dude, 3-7. Oh my goodness. Nick Chubb looked fantastic last week against the Browns. I think they're going to struggle to guard Myles Garrett. Zadarius Smith, that secondary is no joke in Cleveland. I just don't see how the Steelers really move the ball. I don't. I think the Steelers this could be another game where the Steelers struggle to put up points. I got the Browns 24-17. Deshaun didn't look great. He didn't really have to. Nick Chubb carried the load. And I think that's their key to success. I think Amari Cooper, you need him to make big time plays. Amari Cooper's got to be the guy who makes that play in the fourth quarter, 2-minute drill, 4th and 3. But in terms of a game and winning games, they have to ride the back of Nick Chubb. And I think that's what they're going to do. Nick Chubb may not go for 100 yards, but I just think they're gonna chew the hell out of the clock. And that defense, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny Pickett throws 3 interceptions. Burrow is better than Pickett, and you saw what they did. And you can't tell me that the Bengals don't have better weapons than the Steelers. They do. the Browns might shut him down. The Browns might shut him down, man. So I've got the Browns 24-17. Guys, those are my predictions. Let me know what you think. I'm hoping to get at least 10 right this week.